All right, let's get into sports now. Sporting Solo is already sitting by to do justice to that. Solomon, is all yours now.
Thank you very much, Mike and Ngo. A warm welcome to sports again on the Breakfast Show. Now, Fulham winger Sonia Aluko has urged the Super Eagles to learn from the defeat to South Africa, insisting there are lots of improvements to be made. The 2-0 loss to the Bafana in the Nations Cup qualifier ended Nigeria's unbeaten record against the South Africans. Aluko recalls his braves rescued Nigeria from defeat against the South Africans in 2015 in Uyo. The 28-year-old says he is open to a recall to the Nigerian squad under Ganura ahead of the 2018 World Cup qualifier against Cameroon in August.
I have to be confident to say there's something I can offer the team. I think there's, the last game there's many players missing. Victor Moses wasn't there, Mikel wasn't there, goalkeeper wasn't there. So there's a few players who could have come in and strengthened the team. I believe I could have been one of those players. But again, I can only control what's in my control, and that's playing well when I get the opportunity and playing well for my club. So the coach knows that I'm doing well, and he knows that I might be an option.
Now, the Sports Federation elections have come and gone, but the controversies surrounding the polls has not died down. Some aggrieved contestants have threatened court action against the Sports Ministry for barring them from the polls. Elections into the board of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, was the most affected with the controversies. Presidential aspirants Kayode Thomas Rosa Collins and Enefioku Dobong were disqualified, while Brown Ebewele, who had won a constituency election, was removed. The Basketball Federation had 2 polls, one in Kano and the other in Abuja, but the Nigeria Olympic Committee says it is not part of the Kano elections.
You can say this.
The Abuja National Stadium was a beehive of activities on Tuesday as it played host to the Nigerian Sports Federation elections. The process started with screening of delegates, and then the elections into various boards began, with most of the attention on the presidential polls. For the Basketball Federation, controversies looming following the emergence of Musa Kida as president. Kida was unopposed because his rival, Tijani Umar, had conducted and won another election a day earlier in Kano. Senator Abdulrahman Ningi returned as president of the Nigerian Hockey Federation unopposed. He said government is not interested in developing the sport, hence he will focus on getting the attention of corporate Nigeria.
Well, the plan is actually to keep growing the game. Okay. Keep growing the game by being there for the game. Keep growing the game without over expectation from government. And we'll go all out, ask the stakeholders, go through sponsors.
Yahaya Okenya beat incumbent Emeka Oyema to the Cricket Federation presidency. He thanked the voting college with a promise to devise a method that would fast-track the development of cricket in Nigeria.
100 years of cricket in Nigeria, we've been struggling with development. This new board has seasoned professionals. We have 2 professors on the board. We have chartered accountants on the board. We have a lot of informed people on the board. What we now need to do is to put our heads together and chart a new course for development of cricket that will take us to the top of the tree.
Ishaku Tikon replaced Enito Oshodi as president of the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation. The election process was seamless and produced Ndubisi Wobu as vice president.
My intention now is to move the federation from where it is to a higher level, starting from the grassroots development to the national and also international.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria was not free of crisis following the disqualification of some candidates, including Enefio Udobong, Omashe Enesiema, and Brown Ebewele, who will not go down without a fight.
So if you say I'm disqualified, one will expect that depending on field seconds you come in. Then somebody that said that did not participate in the election at all is now the director technical in my country. And Buhari, we are fighting corruption. This is not corruption, this is murder. That's not like a appeal committee because the system is a useless system. I'm going to see the minister. By the time I finish with the minister, if he's not talking to me, I'll go to court.
And after calm was restored, Ibrahim Gusau emerged president of Nigeria Athletics.
In every election, there is a winner, there's a loser. If you were here 4 years ago, you know I lost. And I managed it. And then we tried to work together. So yes, in line with the experience I got, I'm going to work in trying to carry everyone along.
They wanted to vote for me, but somewhere along the line, there's always something called sports politics. It came to play in their personal, ways. I didn't take it badly.
In other polls, Ochen Samuel emerged new president of Nigeria Handball Federation. Daniel Igali was re-elected president of Nigeria Wrestling Federation, just as Ogunseye Oyinlola became president of Nigeria Golf Federation.
Well, joining us now is one of the disqualified aspirants for the Athletics Federation elections, Olukayode Thomas. Glad to have you join us.
Thank you, Solomon. Good morning.
I'm amazed. There was so much talk about you contesting, and the first question I thought to my mind was, what constituency were you coming from?
Well, I'm coming from the constituency of a sponsor. But from what the minister told us, and people that are part of the sports reform, we are trying to adopt the global norm. If you see Infantino contesting for FIFA presidency, it's not coming from any constituency. It's a member of the family. And if you Sebastian Coe in athletics, it's not coming from any constituency, a member of the family. So you can contest election. But even at that, when they now change the rule, they are giving solid work. The only known sponsor of athletics in Nigeria in the last 10 years is Slot on the board. So I was representing solid work as sponsor. And as at 11:30 p.m. Monday night, a director in the ministry told us that everything was okay and I can contest the election.
Yeah, it's still sports on the Breakfast Show, and we have here with us Kayode Thomas, who is telling us about the fallout of the elections. Now, why? So then, if you can, the scenario you've painted about Sebastian Coe, about Gianni Infantino, now why were you disqualified?
We even have audio evidence, video evidence of the minister saying that if you are a member of the constituency, you can contest. So we have all that. We have all that evidence.
If you're a member of the constituency.
But you see, as at 11:30 p.m. Monday night, a director in the ministry told us that everything is okay, I can contest. Then the following morning, when we got to the stadium, the first thing I noticed was that I looked at the constituencies, and I saw the name of Gloria Bajimi for Nawis. And I said, what's going on here? Rosa Collins won the Nawis election. Gloria Bajimi has been in the US for some months. Then she came to greet me. I thought maybe she was around to observe. Then later, they told me that she's a delegate. And I said, Auntie, you mean you're a delegate in this election? You've been in the US for 6 months, you came back Monday night, we respect you, we look up to you. So you're part of this fraud. Then the second thing that shocked me, Brian Ebewele contested for the election for Kotis, and he won. He was disqualified. Okay, if you are disqualifying Brown, Henry Amike was second, he was disqualified. The third person, we didn't even hear anything about him. Then Gad Onomebu, who didn't even take part in the election at all, was on the board as the president of Kotis.
And what was the reason for given for doing all of this? Why did the ministry say,
I think basically we've been fooling ourselves from day one. The minister and some directors in the ministry, they have their candidates. And they did everything to manipulate the process to ensure that those guys were elected.
Okay, so now that you were barred from the elections, the NOC says it's satisfied with what happened. What will you do? Well, there's an appeals committee.
I don't have any problem with NOC. I don't have any business with the appeal committee. The governing body of athletics in Nigeria is the IAAF. I have audio evidence, I have video evidence, I have papers, I have all of those things. So I will document all these and send to the IAAF and the CAA. So I don't have any business with the appeal committee. I don't have any business.
But with a board in place, the IAAF will probably be forced to exchange correspondence with the board in place?
No. I'm a member of the athletics family. I have my living from athletics. They know me, and I have grievances. They don't do the things the way we do things. You see, all the past appeal to this minister, what has come out of it? Nothing. So I don't have any business with them. Then I also want to send an appeal to the acting president, the Senate president, the Speaker of the House of Rep, the House Committee on Sport, and all the relevant things, that the minister is not credible. It's not a change agent. He's not supposed to be a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those are the things I want to do. The appeal committee, I don't have any business with the appeal committee.
All right. But I thought you should follow due process. Well, it seems that the problem here around the elections, and over. And you'll get to hear more of it in the coming days. Now to some boxing stories. We still have, we'll be talking to Kayode later on some of the other issues. But former boxing world champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. is to come out of retirement to take on UFC lightweight champion Conor McGregor in a light middleweight boxing match on the 26th of August. The 40-year-old Mayweather posted a video on Twitter confirming the details with the message, "It's official." The 28-year-old Irish lightweight champion McGregor said the fight is on. Each fighter could earn as much as $100 million from the bout, which will be one of the richest in boxing history in Las Vegas. Considered the best boxer of his generation, Mayweather retired unbeaten in 2015 after equaling Rocky Marciano's record 49 unbeaten bouts. Well, Mayweather is due to come to Nigeria in August. How does this affect that visitation? Joining us via phone right now to discuss about this is boxing writer Adebobola Alawode. Glad to have you join us, Bobo. Now, is this a fight to look forward to, or is it another jamboree overstretching the sport of boxing?
I would say it is up and down. It all depends on how you able to pick at it. Because one Mayweather and McGregor are not in the same class. He's a kickboxer. So you will see that, and you're going to make some money for Mayweather.
Well, you just mentioned money there. You took the word out of my mouth. Some people say this is just about the money. Well, it seems we've lost Adebobola Alawode there. Well, that's all of sports at this time, but I think it's a good thing. Let's hope that fight comes, or it doesn't come. Mayweather visits Nigeria. Back to Mike and Ngo.
Yeah, before you run along, Solomon, we hear that part of the organizers for the Mayweather visit to Nigeria are pulling out, or they have pulled out already. What's going on with that?
Well, we will hear about this in the coming days. Certainly, the way it is, if Mayweather is going to have that fight in August against Conor McGregor, then he might not really make the visit to Nigeria. So we'll get to hear from them eventually.
All right.